Hello, guys, and how are you doing? So, I want to talk about this subject real quick, and it's called not aligning with other people's realities. And what I mean by that is not just the toxic black sector of media, to say, because a lot of people a lot of the toxicity that a lot of us see is in the black sector, not just of YouTube, but just of media, period. I don't hardly see it because I'm not getting Wi Fi like I used to. So I don't really see everything that people are doing, you know, but I still hear about it, from other channels that I'm, subscribed to. But here's what I want to talk about. It's not aligning your reality with somebody else's. Because I've, been talking about this a couple of times. Made a couple of audios about this. Is that we basically kind of hallucinate. It's a controlled hallucination of our external world. You know, so some argue that it might not really exist. It just seems real because, uh, it's consciousness that creates this reality, and it's enough people that agrees on the same thing, collective consciousness. Enough people agree on the same thing, and so that outward projection is real. So I don't want to get too far into that. What I'm saying is that your world is the external world of what's in you. So a lot of the things that you go through are just an external world of what's already in you. And so when I say that, especially when you're trying to work on your inner self and get things that you want out of life, and some people are more into manifesting, then it's best not to bring other people's realities into yours, even if it's just for entertainment. Now, I understand, getting your mind off yourself, because I do that. I do that too, get my mind off myself, and sometimes I might watch something else. But I try not to pay too much attention to anything that does not really serve me. And it's not just black media; it's everything. It's the news, CNN, all of that stuff. Reality shows, I definitely don't look at those anymore. And it doesn't even, I know people want to call the black reality shows trashy, but I think all of them might be a little trashy, and most of them might be. It's some of them that could be, very uplifting, but it's not too many uplifting reality shows. Okay. And so for that reason, if they're not doing anything to feed your soul, if they're not uplifting, then they're trash. They're not good for you. And you take in that person's reality, you take in those people's realities or whatever they're trying to feed to you to mix in with yours. Okay. And so um, that's the only thing I was saying, that taking in somebody's reality is more than just, black YouTube, because some people believe it's just, unfortunately, I think some people believe it's just only black people who are toxic. Well, we recognize it the most because a lot of us are members of this group. Okay, and so we happen to recognize it the most, even though the whole world does. Us, black identified women recognize it the most because of the way we've been attacked so viciously, um, by the counterparts in the community, in the, no longer community. And then you have the women who are so used to abuse that they can't accept anything else, and they refuse to allow anybody else to live outside that bubble of abuse too. So, you know, it's more we see it as more magnified. But I want to encourage you, and the only reason I'm doing that is because, I know some women who want to reach other, black women, want to speak on certain subjects, are triggered by some of the videos some of these guys make. I don't watch their videos, or some of the videos some of these so-called pro-black liberation women make, that is so completely hypocritical when it comes to telling black women who not to date, as if they have options in the, no longer black community, which they know better. But what I'm saying is that These people are toxic, and if you find yourself getting frustrated with them because they say stuff that they know better, it's not that they don't know better, they know better, and they are purposely feeding lies. They're just like the news, they're just like CNN. If you find yourself getting frustrated with their hypocrisy, whether it's a black male or black women, it's best to not watch them as much. And I know some people are going to say, yeah, no, I don't watch them. But yeah, it's a lot of people who do watch them, and it's a lot of people who are triggered by them. It is. Okay, I just watched a video not too long ago of a divested, black woman who, still triggered by the hypocrisy and really black women fighting so hard, certain black women that fight so hard to keep you at the bottom. It's not enough for them to just, want to stay at the bottom themselves. They fight hard to keep you there. And the reason why they do that is because they don't want to be alone. Okay. I think I might make another audio because I don't like talking about two and three and four subjects in one audio. But those ladies do that because they know that they are not going to get the best out of life choosing what they're choosing, but they are so afraid of change because they are bombarded with limited beliefs in their unconscious mind. And so what it is that they want you to be in that doggone barrel with them. They don't want you to crawl out because they don't want to be alone. They want company. Misery loves company. They are afraid to be alone. Those ladies do that because they don't want black women to leave them. It's not even about the black man. They are afraid to be alone. Okay. And so basically, what I'm saying is, yeah, if they come up to you with their garbage, you might have to do things to keep them off your back, and the males too. Yeah, yeah, you're going to have to stand your ground and maybe do things to keep them off your back. Especially if you're out in public, you can't be living in fear of living your life because gremlins, and I give credit to Successful Lives for saying that because I don't like to take people's words and stuff that they come up with without giving them credit. But you don't want to skip out on living your life because of gremlins, and it may be somebody who inappropriately approached you in public. But for the most part, I see some interracial couples and they seem pretty happy. Okay. And it's not just about interracial couples, it's just about not conforming to the cultish mindset of the toxic black people. But yeah, so back to not aligning with other people's realities. Yeah, so don't try not to get too much into. If you find yourself really getting frustrated with these ladies, and please stop looking at these guys. And the only reason I ask you to not look at these guys who make these silly videos aimed at black women is because, like I say, the more energy you give and attention you give to these guys, the more they exist. The less attention you give to them, the more the more they go because they no longer matter. Even if they are frustrating you and you're mad and you respond, like a pro-black woman does several hour long videos responding to these males like what's that IBS or whatever their name is, these MGTOW guys. She does hour-long lives responding to these guys. I've come to the conclusion that she likes to debate. She's not really going to come to any real conclusion. She understands that black women have nothing to choose from, but she's not going to come to the conclusion that black women should just go their own way and just leave it alone because I think she likes to debate, so she's not interested in really answers. She likes to find something to be angry about. That's the conclusion I come to with her on her channel. And so I don't spend too much time looking at her because she likes to debate. And she talks about the beta males and all that stuff. But at the same time, there's no real conclusion that she wants to draw because it's for the love of debating, okay? And that's just what I've gathered, okay? And with that being said, I don't watch women like that, even if they are aware of the dysfunction. I do not look at them because I don't want their reality mixing in with mine. I can recognize that that is their world, but we have a choice to say that is not our world. The stuff that these guys are doing and craziness, we can choose to say that is not our world. I mean, that might be her world, and she might want to get upset. These ladies want to keep getting upset with these guys not being men or leaders. But that don't have to be our world. We don't have to, and a lot of, young ladies have moved on. They're no longer allowed it to be their world. But the problem is that certain so-called black women are trying to reach out and pull them back. Case in point with Ami McClure, when this her husband's racist jokes were discovered, instead of them going out of their way to really try to dig into his past, they dug into hers. And this is a Nigerian woman, by the way, okay? A Nigerian woman. And they went out of their way to dig into her past because they want to drag her down. They want to pull her back into that barrel. And that's why I say it's going to come a time where you might have to stand your ground with them. You do not have to be on the losing team because they are afraid to grow. They are afraid. They don't want to grow because they don't want change. They don't know what the steps to take, and they want you to join them in their misery. Okay, they don't want to be alone. That's what it's about. And they will do fight tooth and nail to keep you down. But yeah, so I just made this video about that because I've noticed a couple of videos from women who are definitely divested, but still get triggered because of these women who know better and they do say dumb stuff online trying to warn black women about not being with white men. And so these little silly ladies get online and make these videos, although they don't say anything about the amount of domestic violence that occurs between, black on black relationships. They say nothing about that. That lets you know that they are afraid for you to grow because they don't want to move up. They don't want to move on. They like misery. They like to argue. They like to complain. They know these guys don't have much to offer them, but they like the dysfunction, and they want you to join them. Okay, that's why they know goodness well more black women suffer in their own communities, but they don't want you to move on because they don't want to move on. So they want to pull you back, and they will be treacherous and dangerous, and go to even to the point of probably killing you to make sure you don't move on. Okay, so yeah, this is it's almost best to kind of get these ladies out of your mind. Like they don't need to, just like a lot of these guys don't need to exist anymore in our realities and our minds. A lot of these ladies need to go too. I mean, seriously, their reality don't need to be aligned with ours. I don't even get upset with these ladies for the dumb things they say about sleeping with the oppressor and all that stuff. I don't even get something, it's just a narrative that they keep trying to push, to keep you from moving forward. They want to keep you backward. They don't want to keep you forward. Who the heck is the oppressor? They make no sense. Everybody with who is melanin deficient is not the oppressor. They make no sense when they say that. It's so dumb. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna end this how I started. Um, do not align your reality with their reality. Their reality is not yours, okay? And so, just try not to give them too much of your attention. And if you do look at them, try to look at them and laugh. Try not to feel anything when you listen to these ladies and the guys, but I don't listen to these guys. And I don't even listen to, like a lot of these ladies, I don't listen to them. I don't. Because their reality is not mine. Whatever is existing in their world is not what I want to exist in my world. So I'm very careful not to give these ladies too much attention. And with that said, I will talk to you soon. All right.